सभी को नमस्कार. Very good morning to all of you. Honorable Vice Chancellor of IIFT, Dr. Rakesh Mohan Joshi ji, Amit Agnihotri, Founder and Chair of the IMC, distinguished speakers, Dr. Jeff Perry and Professor Eloise Phillips, and esteemed faculty members of IIFT, and all the industry leaders and participants of the IMC, students, and ladies and gentlemen. It's indeed a moment for me. I'm attending the 15th edition of the Indian Management Conclave here at the IIFT. This is my third IMC as well as a guest of honor. I'm deeply honored to be here at this forum that has over the years emerged as a lighthouse of thought leadership in Indian management education. The theme of this year's conclave, as usual, everybody talks about AI. So even Amit also started on leveraging AI in business and B schools. Could not have been more timely anyway. This is a nice topic and everybody is talking, so better to discuss in a formal way and also hear the experts, particularly in business and business schools. Friends, AI is no longer confined to today's laboratories. It is already with us. We are actually moving with that sometimes. It is transforming how business create value, interact with customers, and also make strategic decisions. In finance, AI-driven predictive analytics are changing risk management. In retail, personalized recommendations are redefining consumer experience. In supply chains, AI is ensuring resilience and efficiency. So it's all in every topic. Actually, it's a defining technology of our time. We can clearly say that. So transforming industries, economies, and society at large. From healthcare to logistics, from agriculture to finance, AI is reshaping the way we live, we work, and also we think. Management education cannot remain isolated from this wave of change. So that's why we are all here to discuss about it. Globally, companies that integrate AI into their core strategy are achieving exponential growth. We have seen that. So we are sitting in IIFT, and today everything is about trade. And Joshi ji has already highlighted, and Trump even wants to stop all wars through trade. Okay? So tariffs are going, he is imposing, thinking that everybody will come to terms, table. But it has not yet happened. We have to wait and see how the world will move. Particularly, let us talk about business schools, because I also started a business school at IIT Guwahati when I was the director. So convention in IITs are management studies. So every IIT, if you see, they don't have a business school. They have a department of management studies. So, but we were a little different. At IIT Guwahati, we started a school of business. And it is doing very well now. 6-7 faculty are actually started their master's and PhD programs. Friends, at All India Council for Technical Education, we have already declared 2025 as the year of AI. And we have looking at AI in technical education, including management education. Because as you all know, as soon as I took over, I brought the BBA and BCA into our fold so that you could also be multidisciplinary. Otherwise, all my business schools and PG diploma schools were sort of completely standalone. Okay, only taking engineering graduates for MBA, but today it is not the case. Large number of other background students also come for management education. So we thought that, we'll integrate. First time All India Council for Technical Education in the year of 23 brought BBA into its fold. So how many institutions? Close to about 6,500 institutions have come into our fold, and we have created a very model curriculum. You might see that. So for this transformation to succeed, our business school must take the lead and are not just centers of learning. So they are incubators of leadership leveraging AI. So I was listening to Amit ji, and he was telling Wharton has done this and all that. I just immediately, you also can do this. Go to your ChatGPT, ask a question. I asked a question, I'll read it out very carefully. How is the curriculum of management education developed by AICTE? Is it contemporary and relevant when compared to international standards? This is the question I have asked. Okay? You can also ask. This is the first test in AI for all of you today. Okay? The answer was, it is a long answer. Okay? It has brought out gaps, everything, but finally the AICTE management curriculum is largely contemporary. I didn't want to say beyond that. Okay? Why? Because we are continuously upgrading the model curriculums. And also look at the word model. We don't insist on to adopt, because it have to be a local content. It has to be adopted by you. And many of the universities are creating their own. So in the curriculum integration, I actually constituted as early as December 2024. I asked Dr. Anand from Persistent Systems, Anand Deshpande, to come up the AI to be brought embedded across all disciplines, not only management, even engineering, civil, mechanical, electrical, electronics. Everywhere this AI, how to be integrated. They had about more than 35 faculty from all our IITs, IIMs sat together and prepared the curriculum, model curriculum. This is the newest curriculum. That means we can continuously, see, this doesn't happen, please understand, I am a professor at Indian Institute of Science last 35 years, and I was a director at IIT, but this curriculum discussion doesn't happen at IIT IAC. Whatever I teach is the final. I'm a god. But at AICTE, all of them come, sit down, discuss, deliberate, and we release what? Model curriculum. We don't insist on you. Most of my affiliated colleges, 80% they will adopt. Rest of them, they are free to do whatever they want, but they can look at what the curriculum has been given. I appeal to all of you to look at our model curriculum, which is posted on our website. And it is a very detailed, elaborate, and done by very senior academicians, industry people, and experts. Friends, we have embedded in the curriculum AI across management disciplines, marketing analytics, financial modeling, operation optimization, HR insights, strategic decision making. And more importance and emphasis is also given on experiential learning today. Because today, I have to tell you this story. One fellow came to me, sir, I have a thesis. Now, how do I submit this thesis, PhD thesis? I said, how did you do it? I did it with ChatGPT. Openly, he accepted. 350 pages. I asked him how much time you took. Sir, it took about half an hour because I had to plan. Then I told him, you see, this is not the way. You see, PhD has a process. Please, academicians, remember, the process is more important than what you really produce, because ChatGPT can produce anything you want today in 5 minutes. So we have to be very careful. And Amit was talking about ethics. It's very important today in this august audience to discuss about how ethically we do these things. So, and particularly interdisciplinary or multidisciplinary or transdisciplinary approaches is very essential for all of these learnings. In the ethics and governance, just as important as skills in instilling responsibility, and leaders of tomorrow must use AI fairly, transparently, and inclusively. It is very easy to say, but how do they do is a very important aspect. Friends, India particularly stands at a unique crossroads today. With the largest youth population in the world, we have the opportunity to become a global hub for responsible AI-driven business innovations. Our business schools can play a central role in nurturing leaders who will shape not just the Indian economy, but also contribute to the global competitiveness. And why I'm confidently saying this is possible, you see, when I was at IIT director, another school I started, thanks to one of the philanthropists from Texas, he came to me, Mehta Family Foundation, and he said, I would like to start a school of data science and artificial intelligence at IIT Guwahati. So his concept was why the data science is very critical today. This was in 2021. I will tell you September 2021. I sat with him and he made a detailed presentation to me. And he also said, I will also pay to IIT to build this entire department. But you have to start an undergraduate program in data science and AI. So BTech in undergraduate data science, you have to create a paper first, and JEE Advanced is a dream of every, kid which is born in India. Even before even born itself, mothers are also thinking about IITs. So that's the kind of a brand we have. Okay, mothers are all thinking, my children has to be in IIT, so they'll start preparing when he is even in the womb. That's the kind of a terrible, coaching centers we are created in, which are. So I said, all right, sir, I took this as a challenge, and we created, because I was the chair of the Joint Advisory Committee of the setting up the IIT JEE also that year, because IITs rotate. Among IIT Guwahati was the chair. So we took it up and we started the program, and the new building is under construction by the Mehta family, and we have created an undergraduate program, postgraduate program in data science, and PhD. Fantastic. It is going on well. I left in December 2022. Okay, this all happened in 1 year. December 2022, I came to All India Council for Technical Education. I don't know how many of you know about it. Those who are running in private colleges, all of you know that. AICTE is a regulator. So, see, I was on one evening, that is sometime in December after I joined, just thinking about it, and then ChatGPT was actually released on 30th November 2022, if all of you remember, first version. And I asked ChatGPT, okay, what this AICTE does. But I wanted to be a little smarter. I asked it, write a poem about All India Council for Technical Education, highlighting its activity. Believe me, in 20 seconds, there was a beautiful poem in front of me. 4 lines, 4 stanzas, covering the entire activities which I never understood before. And then I was not too happy, but because I also come from a school where we learned through our mother tongue. Okay? We all learned in our schools up to high school almost in Kannada medium, from a government model higher primary school. We didn't know much of English. I asked ChatGPT to write this poem in Kannada. Believe me, in 20 seconds, a beautiful Kannada poem was there in front of me. Why I am telling this to you is, even if I have asked the poet, okay, yesterday we lost a very great poet of Kannada, Bhairappa, Dr. S.L. Bhairappa, and really am homage because of what he has revolutionized the Kannada literature. And when I asked this ChatGPT about this, it was mind-boggling to me, how it is written in Kannada script. So this is what is happening, ladies and gentlemen, and we have to be very careful what is. So even if I hired that poet, he would have taken minimum 6 months to write this. So we have crossed that 6 months to 15 seconds or 20 seconds. Time is the wish. And I have given you 2 very good examples, and similarly, one more example I wanted to share with you. When I keep visiting all the colleges, okay, because as the chairman AICTE, I would like to learn what is happening in our country. There are a lot of emphasis on experiential learning, project-based learning. The kids, participate in Smart India Hackathon. They prepare for it for a year or 2, and all that is happening. One of the projects caught my attention. Very interesting project. He had developed a robot to play guitar. Okay? But he used generative AI to compose the music. Believe me, in 3 minutes I was standing in front of him. He composed a beautiful music using generative AI, and that robot played that music on the guitar. And very original, no plagiarism. Okay? No plagiarism. So you can imagine now the skills like music, art, and poet. We thought that it will only come through your genes, or it will come. You have to slog with a guru for 15, 20 years with him, as simply adopting him as his guru. But this machine is doing it in less than a minute. That's the danger we are all sitting in, because some of the skills which are not possible to be really picked up, are picked up by these machines much, much easily and smarter. And then that means that person who is adopting or who is using these tools will be much more intelligent and better prepared to face the world when compared to the people who are not embracing. So my appeal to all of you, embrace this technology. I don't know how you do it, you can do that. So in addition to this, I would like to share as a nation, so it is not just preparing the young people, and also I wanted to say one more thing. I asked my officers when I joined AICTE back in 22, how many colleges are offering School of Data Science and Artificial Intelligence? So to my surprise, more than 1,000 colleges, either BTech in computer science or in brackets data science and AI, started to 2017 itself. That means by 2021, many of my private engineering colleges already graduated one batch of students when compared to IITs. That's the speed at which our private institutions are moving. I know there are, maybe you can say, there are no teachers, there are no infrastructure, there are no facilities, they are cheating, and all that you can say that, because that is the narrative what we have built. But let me honestly tell you, after my continuous travel with the institutions, we need to change this narrative, because everybody doesn't want to really be part of this system, which is ourselves called it as second grade, third grade engineering colleges, but majority of them from there only. You ask my IIT professors, 90% and above, where did you graduate? They will tell you, I did my MTech from IIT Madras, PhD from Carnegie Mellon, postdoc from Harvard. But they will never tell you, I did graduate from this college. This is the reality. 90% and above faculties are only from engineering colleges of AICTE approved colleges. This is the reality, and that is why I said, even ChatGPT considers model curriculum of AICTE as very contemporary and the best of the best when even compared to international. That is why, ladies and gentlemen, we have produced engineers and managers for the world today. We have democratized engineering and management education. Anybody who dream of doing things can join, because I have engineering colleges in Andaman and Nicobar, a polytechnic college in Lakshadweep. That's the kind of things we have done in engineering education in the nation. 1.5 million engineers graduate every year, and people might say they don't have jobs. These jobs, concept of jobs and getting jobs, employability is a very challenging thing. Okay? If there are so many companies are coming, global capability centers. How many? 4,000 plus. Each one of them hiring large number of engineers, particularly in cities, Bangalore, Pune, are known. I went to one of them and I said, what are you doing here? He said, it is an oil company, Shell, I can even name it. How many? They're just behind the Bangalore International Airport. 5,000 engineers are working. And I said, what are you doing here? There is no oil, there is no water even in Bangalore, not North Bangalore. So, but they are solving the problems of the world, ladies and gentlemen. Not just the now back-end engine of the world. It is actually the main engine, runs from India. The talent is here. This talent, to sustain this talent, we need to do something else. That's what I would like to put the thoughts in front of you and close my talk. In addition, as a nation, we need to focus on compute power and energy. Friends, note this. Satya Nadella, actually last year, I think this year only, in February he had come, and Bharata Mandapam, I was also there. He said, and it captured the essence of the next decade, actually, whatever he said. He called the formula of our times. He called it as formula of our times. Quote, tokens per watt per dollar. Quote closed. Okay? Now, this is the new formula. Tokens per watt per dollar. It is a sweet spot where energy, compute power, and intelligence converge. I will repeat again. It is the sweet spot where energy, compute power, and intelligence converge. This, he said, will be the game-changing formula for driving GDP growth. Okay? So that means, where are we? We might have a fantastic intelligence, but what you require is energy and compute power. Where are we as a nation? This is the challenge. So it is deceptively simple phrase. It tells us that the future of nation and economies will not be decided merely by who has the most data, or the most powerful algorithms, or the most investment dollars. Rather, it will be decided at the intersection where the efficiency of turning energy into compute and compute into intelligence translates into real value for society and economy. This is where, the friends and ladies and gentlemen, what we need to look at it as a wholesome treatment, even in AI. So, and that is why we are all gathered here today to talk about artificial intelligence not as a disembodied abstraction, but as a force that must be powered, nourished, and supported. If it is to become the ocean of opportunity, we all hope to sail. Artificial intelligence is not just another technology wave, ladies and gentlemen. It is the ocean itself. Unfathomable, rich, boundless. But an ocean, however compromising, is only navigable if you have a sea worthy of a vessel. So you know, now we are also putting a lot of money into building ships. Okay, you might have seen today 70,000 crores. So that vessel, what we are talking about is built on two planks, data and the power. India with its 1.5 billion people is a data-rich country. Every moment our citizens generate vast amount of data, financial, social, cultural, linguistic, medical, agriculture, because we are 140 crore people. This is our gold mine. But to mine it, refine it, and turn it into intelligence, we need energy and we need computing power. Only energy is one such thing, I'll talk about it, but computing, only one company holds it, NVIDIA. So today they have become bigger than nations. 35,000 people are richer than a country like India, 140 crore people. Okay, imagine that. So today the power is imperative. Numbers tell the story, ladies and gentlemen. Let me put the perspective of energy into perspective and close my talk. As of 2025, our total installed power capacity stands at about 472 gigawatts. How many? 472 gigawatts. So comfortable with its internal demand. Okay, we are able to, because of beautiful grid, national grid is there, supplying. So where the energy surplus is there, we are supplying to the other part. Very good. But China, look at our neighbor, it has just in the first half of 2025 added 290 gigawatts. In the only first half of the year. By the year end, they will touch 500 gigawatts. And America, I don't need to say. 80% of everything happens there happens in America. Friends, what do these numbers show us? They show that while India has made great strides, we are all very happy the way we put our satellite on the southern pole and done such a fantastic work in cancer treatment using medical isotopes and supplying it to the nook and corner at a lowest cost, because now large number of medical tourism is happening in India. And defense technology, 75% we are now exporting in the last 10 years. All that is very positive. But we need to do the energy generation more and more now to become really the competent. So basically what it shows is AI requires colossal compute. Compute requires colossal power. And power requires bold investment, ladies and gentlemen. That is why we are all talking to the business people and who are all here, assembled here. Maybe you can give some ideas to very top businessmen of the country so that you can start investing in more of energy and computing. So, friends, AICTE has about 14,000 AICTE approved institutions, including management schools, undergraduate, postgraduate. So we have, with the Ministry of Electronics and IT, which supports the enterprises, but AICTE supports the PP. That is why I say All India Council for Technical Education develops curricula, nurtures talent, expands institutions. So that's where we have this strength. So what happens if we only celebrate the harvest, like what we are talking about, whether energy or thing, but how do the people has been trained? So that's where we need to focus. Friends, call to action. So what must we do in the new world? To the participants here, bring your ideas, your energy, your daring. And I think all of you are very smart, intelligent. So to the organizers, keep creating these platforms where ideas meet action and we can discuss about issues and identify the challenges. So let us together commit not just to building data centers, but to powering them, not just to nurturing enterprises, but to nourishing education. All of these are very important today. So I leave with you the words of Marcel Proust, quote, "The act of discovery does not consist in seeking new lands, but in having new eyes." We do not need to search across oceans for the next Silicon Valley. or next Bengaluru. We need only to look at with new eyes what we already have. That is the people or the talent of the nation. So with these words, I thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity to share some of my thoughts. So I would like to conclude. I thank the organizers again. Wonderful opportunity. I wish the deliberation over the next 2 days happens very, very successfully, and you take something back home from IIFT to your institutions. Together, let us reimagine the management education for an AI-powered future. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.